Hello, my diamonds, my Teletubbies, SheilaTruelove here with you. As you know, I took the day off to stay home from work as I make myself some breakfast. I have to start this over. I did this already, but I have to start it over. This is with Tony Gaskin, and he's making some really, really valid points in terms of what women don't want to hear about 50-50 relationships. I love everything this man is saying. You know, you have men who are going around trying to deceive women when it comes to this 50-50 nonsense. Like the man that I showed you here, I think I already showed you him and what he's trying to promote. But then we're going to listen to a man of God. You see, this is a dude who, as far as I'm concerned, he's on Satan the Devil's team. For real, for real. But anyway.
You're always talking about money. What about love?
If you can't provide for her, how do you love her? She needs to take breaks. She needs vacation. She needs food. She needs clothes. She needs shelter. She needs transportation. And you can't provide these needs, why are you going after this woman? Leave her alone. If you can't provide everything for her, you don't love her, because love is consistent elevation. Love is security. Love is safety. Love is taking care of. Love is protecting. And you have to have financial wealth to make sure these things happen. These bums want struggle love, and they're trying to realize why they can't keep no woman.
This bum wants to try to cripple you and make you dependent on him so he can abuse you and treat you any way that he wants to. But do you think he'll be honest enough to tell you the truth about that? Of course not.
They're in and out of relationships because you can hook a woman, but you can't keep a woman. Your problem is you want this struggle love, and your love isn't love, it's hate. Look how tired she looks. Her hair is falling out.
No, honey, your love is hate. Your love is a setup, Satan the devil. Come on, Tony, man of God. This is Tony Gaskin right here, honey. Let me share this with you right here. Tony Gaskin, come on, sweetheart, let's talk.
What I found is that there are a lot of Jezebel spirits that are teaching women that a 50-50, meaning financially, marriage is a bad thing. And that is the funniest thing to me. Like I'm actually just like, I'm floored, I'm blowed. I am blowed. Now, here's the thing. If and when a man is able to take care 100%.
Let me pause him for a moment. I'm going to continue with my breakfast because it's like almost 12 o'clock and I haven't eaten. So walk with me, talk with me while we listen together. Let me set you up here. Hold on, babies. Here you are with SheilaTruelove in the kitchen, preparing my meal while we listen together. Go ahead, Tony.
Even a half decent man will do that. But in the world that we live in, with the inflation that we have, with the system we got set up, to live a quality life, in a lot of cases, it takes two incomes. Like, I earn over $1 million a year. I will be transparent. But guess what? Earning over $1 million a year, it still get tight. Because whatever you earn, you want to live at that. So it's kind of like, and let me help you understand what I mean, because a lot of people don't get that. Because I thought when I was at $20,000 a year, my wife was working and she was at, $20,000, $30,000 a year. She was probably at $40,000 a year. And with like the money she got from school, and then we was working the same job. I made $8.50 an hour. She made $13.50 an hour because she's a woman and because she light skinned. And so that's just the truth of the matter. Colorism is a thing, sexism is a thing. And so her boss was a white lady that was kind of, I feel like, prejudice. And so my wife came in and there was a dark skinned black woman who was qualified for the job that the white lady gave my wife. My wife was not qualified for the job. My wife's major was a biomedical science major, and her friend who was darker than her, and then there was an even darker black lady that was even older than her. Both of them was behavioral specialists. They were in school for behavioral science, and we working at a job with mentally disabled adult men. And my wife come in as a biomedical science major, just picked up the job for the heck of it, and she gets the behavior specialist role at $13.50 an hour. I had already been at the job for like a year, and I was at $8.50 an hour working at the thing. And the work that they was doing, anybody could have done it. It wasn't like the other ladies weren't capable. It wasn't like I wasn't capable of it. Anybody could have done it. But when you come in, and so that stuff is real. So my wife was earning more than me.
Right.
But then our son was born, and when she got pregnant and she started to show, she could no longer work because there was a client in the company who he fantasized over babies. And so being that she was starting to show, she couldn't work at her location anymore because he would fetishize her stomach. So they said. So she was able to work from home for a little while, and then she had to stop working. You know, once our son came, he was in the intensive care unit for about 3 months. And so she stopped working, and then I was working. And so her money came from the money from school, which was about $20,000 a year that she would get in like refund checks. And then my money was $20,000 a year. So we was at $40K a year. And then it probably was a couple years later, I started making about $40K as a author and speaker and life coach, ghostwriter, author consultant. So by that time though, I don't think she was making any money at that point. So I think I got to like 60K. But at that 60K, like in the hood.
Okay.
Like we was living in an apartment complex. It was like all wooden. There was no security gate. It just ran down. My car got stolen in 2007 from the parking lot at the apartment. We had no living room furniture. We had no dining room furniture. We had a $99 bed. We had a small TV that my wife had already had when I met her. It was old and raggedy, probably like a $50 TV. And then we had a crib for my son in his room. 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bath. We had a bed and we had a crib. That's it. No couch, no coffee table, no nothing. And that was with just me earning. And here I am, grown, 23 to 25 around this time. My wife she 2.5 years younger than me. And so that's the reality of it. But then when I was 28, when I was 27, I got a business deal that took me off of my job. And then with that business deal, I would get I would get working capital. So the first 12 months that I was off my job, I took to $150,000. Just as an author, as a speaker, as a life coach, as a ghostwriter, a author consultant. That was the gist of my income, those streams of income. And then teaching classes online, like group classes and stuff. So I think that was like, I was 28, 29 years, probably 28. This probably was 2011 or something like that. And at that point, life got a little better. We was able to move up, but it still was tight. Next couple of years, I went to 250, was at 250. Then I went to 350. Then I went to 450. Then I went back down to 250, 250, went 450. When I say these numbers, I'm saying like 450,000 a year. But the whole time, life's still tight. because you live at the level that you earn. So I talk to people every day who earn 6 figures and ain't got $10 because, and a lot of people, when you don't have it, you think that when you get there, oh, you just gonna be balling. No, because if you making 30,000, you probably living at the max of what your 30K a year can get you as far as an apartment. A lot of people making 30 to 50K is living with their parents or living with a roommate, living with somebody else. So it's pretty unrealistic for women to think that you're not going to have to go 50-50 because a 100% provider man, that's rare. It's already hard enough to find a good man for y'all, period. So how you expecting, like, where you think these men?
Did you hear what he said? It's already hard enough to find a good man for yourself, period. Especially all these women talking about, I want a black man, I want a black man. How many black men do you know that are thousandaires? How many black men do you know that are multi-millionaires or billionaires? How many do you know? And then you want a man, hopefully you don't, but these women, they don't care whether you're on Satan's team or not, honey, as long as you got that money. But like he said, it's hard enough trying to find a man for you, period. For all you women who are still stuck on that. I think you already know where I stand on that. I'm done with that part, baby. I'm living my best life right now, and I love being single. It's easier. But anyway, let's get back to Tony Gaskin and what women don't want to hear when it comes to this 50-50. Yeah, Jezebel spirits. Go ahead, Tony. Tony. He got a great wife, too.
Coming from? Like, how many men you think out here that's finna, you thinking you finna have a poetic thug, he finna be God-fearing, he finna be a 100% provider, he finna be romantic, faithful. Like, where's this guy coming from? Like, it's not realistic. It's not realistic. And what?
That's right. So now let's go back to the employee for Satan the devil, and he wants to sell you this bag of goods over here, talking about
for Cassie, yes,
you need to be paying for everything. Hold on a moment.
But the
going back
You're
to
always
this
talking
dude,
about money. What about love?
If you can't provide for her, how do you love her? She needs to take breaks, she needs vacation, she needs food, she needs clothes, she needs shelter, she needs transportation, and you can't provide these needs, why are you going after this woman? Leave her alone. If you can't provide everything for her, you don't love her, because
everything for her. If you can't provide everything, I don't need you to do everything for me.
love is consistent elevation, love is security, love is safe.
Yeah, security comes from spiritual food and making me spiritually strong. You see how I'm sitting here eating my physical food? I need my spiritual food too. We live in a very evil and a wicked world out here, honey. Love is consistency. Love is building me up spiritually, son.
Love is taking care of, love is protecting, and you have to have financial wealth to make sure these things happen. These bums want struggle love, and they're trying to realize why they can't keep no woman, why they're in and out of relationships, because you can hook a woman, but you can't keep a woman. Your problem is you want this struggle love, and your love isn't love, it's hate. Look how tired she looks. Her hair is falling out. Her job is stressing her out. Her children need
My question to that is, do men get tired? Do men get stressed? Do their hair fall out? If a woman is doing all of the work in the house, she's a damn fool. She's an idiot. Nobody got a gun to her head telling her to do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the housework. She's choosing to do that, thinking that's going to help keep her man. And it obviously doesn't. I think he'd appreciate it a little bit more if you can contribute financially to the household. Really. Go ahead, Tony. Educate these whatever people stuck in the matrix.
What inspired this is I seen a post. This guy was saying that he planning a wedding. One of the sites, somebody posted it. The guy planning a wedding with his wife, you know, I guess soon to be wife, and he take care of all the bills. She moved in, he take care of all the bills, he take care of everything, and he taking care of all the wedding expenses. And the wedding is like $75,000, and his woman makes $85,000. And he asked her, can we go 50-50 on the house bills until the wedding is over? And he say she flipped out on him. And she say her dad is telling her that she ought to rethink this marriage because he's not a provider. When honestly, traditionally, the woman's side of the family is supposed to take care of the wedding. It's the woman family supposed to be paying for the wedding. My wife just went to a wedding and the woman family paid for it. And her other friend got married. The woman family paid for it. So the woman dad is who pay for it. In a lot of instances, a lot of cultures and cases, it's the woman father who pay for it. Now her raggedy daddy telling her that the man supposed to be paying all of their bills, paying for a $75,000 wedding when he already paying all the bills, and she made $85,000, and so she's just supposed to go shopping off her $85,000. That's absolutely insane.
Hello. I agree. She's supposed to take her money and just go shopping with it. And normally it is the bride's father. He's paying somebody for taking this girl finally off my hands. Thank you so much. You got her now. Since you want to follow this tradition. No, it's insane. All the women are supposed to do is take their money and do what? And then you have a lot of women who's talking about, well, if I'm paying 50-50, what is he doing with the other 50-50 part that he's saving? The same thing you're doing with your 50-50 part that you're saving. If you're with a man that you can't trust, why are you with him? Without trust, there is no reason to go on. Let me continue with Tony. I can't wait to see some of these. Let me see. Let me read some of the comments, y'all, because I haven't even looked at the comments. Hold on, guys, because I'm trying to eat here, too, and get this loaded up. One person, let me just read the comment. Okay, and this is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. Thank you, Jehovah. Thank you, Jesus. I think the issue that women have... Let me move this over here, guys. I think the issue that women have with 50-50 is that women are working just as much as men and contributing financially. Now here's the clincher. But then they're coming home and doing 100% of the housework and the childcare. My question again, I raise it, why? She's choosing to do that nonsense. Why isn't he in the kitchen cooking once a week and you do once a week? This is coming from a married mother who works a full-time job. A lot of men use providing as an excuse not to help around the house. Again, stop the blame game. Don't blame these men for the choices and the decisions that you are making. Own it. Stop doing all of the housework, the laundry, the cooking, the child rearing. Stop it. I'm so tired of saying the same thing over and over again because these women are constantly using that so that they could take their money and get nails and hair and all that dumb nonsense. Whatever, child. Okay, a woman here says, I don't mind contributing and I don't mind working too. She said, but just don't complain when it's your night to cook and to do the dishes and to help with the kids and the housework, etc. High five, girlfriend. I'm with you on that. I hear you. Now, let me see. I will agree with R.C. Blake on that one. A man wanting 50-50 is a bozo, period. Whatever, R.C. Blake, no, I don't agree with that. A man who wants 50-50 is a wise man. To be honest with you, and I got to keep it all the way real with you, any man who's paying for everything, he will never get my respect. Never. I will see him as a sucker, a fool, a circus clown, and a jackass. That's the way I would see a man who's paying for everything. He's a fool. And trust and believe, I'm mentally healthy and emotionally healthy. And I think women who are mentally and emotionally healthy, they see it the way I see it. You're a damn fool. Now, one woman says, I agree with the sentiment that a husband and a wife should be partners in every sense of the word. I agree. So like she says, in every sense of the word, she says the problem starts to rear its ugly head when the man works and the woman works, and here we go with the same old nonsense, same old stupid, stuck in the matrix women. But the man also expects the woman who works to work, cook, clean, help with the kids and homework, give them baths, put them to bed, and then take care of their wifely duties. Then it becomes a demand on us instead of a partnership. Why aren't you making it a partnership? I know the real reason why you don't want to, because you're afraid, oh, he's going to leave. And that's where women are losing. Don't you ever be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid for him to leave. Then she says, then the man works so hard physically that he's tired and he wants to be pleased, but he puts no energy into pleasing his wife after she worked, helped the kids with homework, cooked, gave them baths, etc. Not to mention, we have to dedicate time for God, praying, rebuking. He's supposed to take the lead in that, honey. Why are you doing it again? Taking over a man's job? Stop being a man. Stop emasculating him and let him be a man and take the spiritual lead. It becomes 75-25 or 80-20. It's never really 50-50 or 100-100 because that's your fault, like I said. Okay, let me show another one. This is one of the few things I disagree with Tony on. You're supposed to live below your means unless you're living in poverty. If you're living in poverty, you shouldn't be seeking a wife to join you until you have basic stability. So that's saying that only men with money should be allowed to have sex or should be allowed to have women. Rich people already have everything. So if you're not a man with money, you're not entitled to have sex. And I say if you're not a Proverbs 31 type of wife, you damn sure ain't no wife material, sweetheart. And that was not no stay-at-home woman. She was out there, baby, willing and dealing, making money. So if a man is smart, get yourself a Proverbs 31. She wasn't no stay-at-home wife, cooking and cleaning and no. She was a shrewd woman. That's why in Proverbs 31, she's described as the perfect wife, the capable wife. So for all you men out there, don't listen to these women who have that Jezebel spirit. Get yourself a Proverbs 31. She was a businesswoman, a career woman. She knew how to buy property and real estate and land. She was smart as hell. Don't get yourself one of these dummies who think her money is supposed to go for her nails, her gym, her BBLs, her what? Child, please. Now, one woman says, women have been taught that a man's love goes where his money goes. If he doesn't want to share his money with her, she doesn't feel that he really, really loves her. 50-50 for some men is not because they can't afford it. For some, I'm not sharing my money with you. Okay, look. As long as let me tell you what I will not do. This is one thing SheilaTruelove will not do. And I see a lot of women on Divorce Court, Dr. Phil, and all these other shows, women who are paying for everything. This man gets to lay up on his laurels. And why? So she could keep her man. I will not do that. I'm not going to let no man live in my house rent-free, not contributing anything, eating up all the food, don't work, lazy, have no ambition, no goals. You know if you don't take the spiritual lead, you done. And I don't care if you take the spiritual lead, but if you're not a provider, and when I say provider, I mean 50-50, help me get half of these bills, because without him there, you would be paying it all. You would be paying 100. So for the half that he's paying, that's the half of the money you get to save. Check that out. For your BBL, for your nails, for your hair. You're not paying it all. Smarts, ladies, common sense. Because if I was a man, I would never be with a leech or somebody who's going to try to treat me like I'm a sucker. I'm nobody's sucker. You go 50-50 or you won't be with me. It's that simple. Let me hear what else Gaskin have to say. That's crazy. And you sitting up here talking this nonsense. Well, I got to do all the housework because you choose to. You know why you choose? So you can have something to bitch about. Shut up and get to work.
She just supposed to shop and just save up and put money in her IRA.
Yeah.
A Roth IRA and 401k. And this man supposed to be walking around here, ain't got nothing in his pocket but lint. That's absolutely crazy. I wanted to comment on the post. I won't comment on the post. I slipped up and commented on one the other day and deleted it. I wanted to comment on leave her. Because one thing, I'm 100% provider, but my wife always been there for me anytime I needed her. When I couldn't provide, she provided.
Thank you.
What you got to realize about marriage is it's teamwork.
Thank you.
Marriage is teamwork. It ain't no just one-sided thing. Like, the thing about it is, if a man is providing financially, like paying all the bills, then the woman should be providing the equal amount in what she can do. Because when you think about it, if a man paying X amount of bills, then the woman ain't got to pay nothing, then she should be cooking every day. She should be cleaning every day. Because guess what? A chef and a maid would cost about what that man is making. So it ain't just the man pay all the bills and then the woman just kick her foot up and just live her life. No. Like a lady, she came to me and my wife, she wanted us to write the book. Not write the book. She wanted us to...
Now that's what he says. The woman, that's what the women are saying. When I'm cooking, I'm cleaning and all of this and I'm paying whatever. But I like the point where he stressed, if she's not able to do 50-50, then at least do 70-30. At least do something. And then you have men who are working like a slave, an Egyptian slave. He comes home, house is a mess. She still look a mess. I left you looking like that. I come back and you're looking like that. Keep in mind, he's working around beautiful women every day, and he got to come home to you. And you know I'm not no pick-me-sha. Hell no. But my main thing when it comes to women is I'm trying my best to protect you, sweetheart, because, girl, when you hear my story times, I'm not speaking just to ladies, women, men, animals, cats, and dogs. Anybody who's willing to listen, child. I see it happening. Too much. Where these men are just picking up and they bouncing. She's stuck, looking stupid as hell with her BBL. How stupid. But anyway, like I said, guys, this is almost 30 minutes long. I love you. Always contribute. If it's not 50-50, then 70-30. And please stop it with all of that 100% cooking and cleaning. You're not his mama. Then you wonder why he don't never want to touch me sexually anymore. The passion is gone. Nobody wants to have sex with their mother. You're picking up behind him like you're his mama. He's not your child. You're on 1 week, he's on the next week. You see that week that he's on? You see that break that you're getting? You're getting a nice break just to sit back. Ooh. Woo! And I get to be served, baby. It's his turn. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.